Good morning. Today we are going to be talking about decomposing fractions. So please make sure that you have a pencil and paper ready to write down some examples when I ask you to, and we can also type those as the chat box. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we are going to be watching this video, and I'm going to jump in here and there and ask you some questions, let you know to write some things down. But remember that sometimes I have to switch my microphone, so it might take a second. Here we go.
Hello, today we are going to be talking about decomposing fractions. This can be very easy if you pay attention, and it also is going to make adding fractions a lot easier. So decomposing fractions is when we break a fraction into addition problems that equal that fraction. So our fraction that we are going to look at first is 3/5. The first thing we need to know that no matter what we do when we add fractions, we need to keep the denominator the same. The denominator will always stay the same. So now I want to make an addition problem with two numerators that equal.
Remember, which one is the numerator? The numerator is on top. So you need to remember that the numerator is on top.
Equal 3. Because my denominator stayed the same. So what is an addition problem that equals 3? What about 2 plus 1? I just decompose that fraction. We can do another one for this. So I've got 3/5 again. What is another addition problem that equals 3? What about 1 plus 1 plus 1? That equals 3. And so, like I said, the bottom stays the same. We just decomposed 3/5, and I made two addition problems. Let's look at another one. Like I said, you know your addition. You know to keep the denominator to the same. This could be very easy. I'm going to look at 5/7.
Okay, on your paper, please write down a couple addition problems that equal the number 5, because remember, we are only adding the numerators. The denominator always stays the same. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the video started back up and see if any of your addition problems match mine.
So what is an addition problem that equals 5? Well, I know an addition problem that equals 5 is 4 plus 1. So to make that a decomposed fraction, I just need to use a denominator of 7. What's another problem I could do? Well, I know another addition problem that equals 5 is 2 plus 3. So I do that, and then I just put a 7 on the bottom because that is my denominator. What's another addition problem that equals 5/7? Well, this I can keep going on and on. Let's see. What about got 5/7? What about 2 plus 2 plus 1? Well, that equals 5. So I've just got to put 7 on the bottom because that is my denominator. Can I think of another one? Well, yes, I think I can. What about 3 plus 1 plus 1? Does that equal 5? Yes, it does. So now all I've got to do is put my denominator of 7 on the bottom. Could I think of another one? Yes, I can. What about 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, how do I make that a decomposed fraction? I just make sure that my sevenths are on the bottom. And can I make any more? Yes, I can. Here is the basic one that you should get for every problem. I can say 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 over 7. That equals 5/7. So look at all.
Okay, in the chat box, go ahead and put how many problems you were able to write down, and if you think you thought of any different ones. Be ready, we're going to be doing another one here.
All of these addition problems I can come up with to decompose the fraction 5/7. Let's do one more. Let's try 4/8.
Take a second, write down some problems, put some addition problems in the chat box, and then I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
What is an addition problem that equals 4/8? Well, let's do the first one that's the longest. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That equals 4, so then I just need to keep my denominator as 8 because my denominator stays the same. You cannot add fractions that don't have the same denominators. Let's look again. What else equals 4/8? I'm sure an addition problem that popped into your head right away was 2 plus 2. As long as that 8th is on the bottom, it is correct. What's another one that equals 4/8? Well, let's think. What about 3 plus 1? Well, as long as I've got 8ths on the bottom and the top equals 4, that works. And let's see, can I think of another one? What about 2 plus 1 plus 1? Does that equal 4? Oops, I wrote 2. Why did I write 2? There we go. Well, yes, it does. So as long as I put 8s on the bottom, it works.
So that is decomposing fractions. I see that a lot of you wrote in the chat box what you got, and that a lot of yours matched mine, so that's great. I will take any questions right now, and then this video will also be available on my YouTube page for you to watch again if you need to later on. Have a great day.